Alright, let's go ahead and do this. Alright, you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Benjamin J, and this is the home and the hub of anything and everything manga and anime related in my life. Now, tonight we're going to be continuing my series where I let you guys know what I've been reading in the particular month that we are in. This episode being having a slight hiccup because we are going to be talking about what I was reading in June, but most of this is bleeding over into July, so I think we're going to be okay with that regard. Okay, so before we go ahead and jump on into tonight's episode, I want to know what you guys are reading at home or planning to read now that we are actually in July. So go ahead and drop those titles down below and we can go ahead and have that discussion. It's honestly my favorite part about making these videos. All right, but with that being said, let's go ahead and jump on into tonight's episode. So I will see you in just a second. Let's go ahead and roll that intro. Alright guys, welcome back. Now let's quickly jump on into the first series of the evening. Now this series has been on my radar forever. The second I found out what the premise was for this series, I just fell in love with it. I knew I was going to read it, but for some reason or another, I just never got around to actually starting the series. I was busy reading other stuff. And it isn't until recently that I've actually picked up more volumes of it because I've instantly fallen in love with the series Master Keaton. Okay, here we are. Now this series is so good. You should be seeing some B-roll of it right now. The second I found out what the premise was, I immediately knew this was right up my alley, and we'll get to that in just a second, okay? So this story, without spoiling too much, follows Taichi, who is the main character right here, as you can see, who pretty much studied archaeology at Oxford and was once a former member of the SAS. Now, I don't want to spoil too much, although I will give you a description in just a second. It's absolutely, this is going to be a thrill ride, and this is relatively well known as like the Indiana Jones equivalent in the manga universe, and I highly recommend it. There are two downsides about this. Full retail price is, I believe, $20, although typically you're probably going to find it for around $15. That's expensive for a for a tankobon format, for a physical volume of something. That's pretty expensive. The other downside is that I don't see it go on sale all too often, so you're gonna have to take that as it is. So if you are interested in picking up Master Keaton, you're either gonna have to bite the bullet and pay full retail price, or wait for it to go on sale. It is probably digitally available in places, although I'm not quite sure of that, but it is expensive. So the downsides are, yes, price, and it doesn't go on sale all too often. Other than that, fantastic series, okay? And I am interested to hear your thoughts and opinions. But what is Master Keaton about? Well, let's find out. This is a shrine to Jupiter dating around 150 BC. Although located in Morocco, the roots of the civilization that built it lay completely in ancient Greece. Sport was very important to the Greeks, with wrestling and boxing tournaments held regularly. Competitors were eliminated in rounds, and the last man standing was the winner. Might made right. In classical antiquity, such contests were consecrated by the gods, with competitors offering their very lives in battle to the death. Watching these contests and betting money on who would win were considered sacred activities as well. This, of course, is the origin of gambling, which today has developed into two separate multi-billion-dollar industries: entertainment on the one hand, and life insurance on the other, which is nothing other than betting money on the probability of people, the insured, dying or not dying within a given period of time. Name of the insured individual: Leon Pappas. Target of investigation: life insurance policy for £1 million. The insured Pappas fell to his death in the village of Isidoros in the Dodecanese Islands. Beneficiary: Ox Fine Art Limited. Our story follows Taichi Keaton, who is a special insurance investigator educated in archaeology. He may not inspire much confidence at first glance, but he has a degree in archaeology from Oxford College, and we are certain that his background will prove most useful in this investigation. All right, so that was my thoughts and feelings on Master Keaton. I hope that it did spark a little bit of interest for you, and quickly moving on to our next and final series of the evening. Okay, so for our next series of the evening, let's go ahead and talk about an addicting read that I have to actually slow down because I don't want to finish everything that I have so quickly. But let's go ahead and talk about Gantz Omnibus Volume 1, or Omnibus 1, I should say. Here it is. All right, done by Dark Horse. Very cool. And here is Omnibus 2. Bada bing, bada boom. They look very similar, I will say that. But the uniformity, because here we go, the spines, you can see them together. The uniformity actually gives you like this nice little Gantz moment on your shelves. And I love that, okay? I know a lot of people don't like the omnibuses for Gantz. I could understand why, but to be honest, I'm perfectly content with them, and I'm happy that I'm reading the story, although there are downsides to the omnibus format, which we will get to in just a second. But wow, oh my goodness, Gantz, so good. I don't even want to explain too much of it because the story picks up right away, and it's, you know, above all else, it's incredibly explicit and violent. So before you get interested about this series, please, if you are, you know, not of the appropriate age, and I would recommend this for like 18 plus, let's go ahead and see what it says here on the volumes. For readers 18, yeah, exactly. It literally says for readers for readers 18 plus for mature readers. I mean, it literally says, I don't know if you can see that right there, but it literally says it. Now, I don't want to go on into too much about what the plot actually is, although I will have the synopsis just like I had for Master Keaton, but this is an incredibly great read. There is a reason why this is renowned in the community as like some of the top tier manga storytelling of all time. It's really good. Now, I know it's even a little bit of an older series. You can tell through the art style. You can tell about just like just the there's little details that you can just, you know, you can tell that this isn't like a modern manga. It does not matter. It literally does not matter. It's so good. And especially, you know what, after reading Omnibus 1, I will never look at onions the same. And if you are familiar with Gantz, if you're familiar with Gantz, you'll know why. But I highly recommend it. If you are of age and you haven't checked out Gantz, this is a solid, very violent, very explicit, you know, very explicit, series that's incredibly interesting. I don't want to go on in too much, but for those that do want to know, what is Gantz all about?
Former Tokyo schoolmates Kei and Masaru are struck dead by a speeding train, but a split second later, they find themselves alive, trapped in a room with other reanimated strangers in an ominous black sphere that soon flashes this message. All of your old lives are gone. I will now decide how to use your new lives. This strange new orb supplies them with high-tech weapons and places them in a strange, televised game to hunt a bizarre alien. But the team soon discover that a game is deadly serious, and that the dead can still die.
I think we're gonna wrap it up here now. If you'd like to go ahead and support the channel, go ahead and smash that like button down below. It lets me know that you are watching and I can continue to make more content just like this. And of course, as always, nothing has changed. If you'd like to stick around for more content, go ahead and mash that subscribe button down below. We would love to have you here in the community. All right, so I do have two tidbits of announcements for you guys. One being that July, at the end of July, it's my birthday month, and we're gonna have a amazingly long stream, and I'm pulling together activities and whatnot, and I hope that you guys can make it. If you follow me on social media, whether it be on Twitter or Instagram, I will be releasing my new streaming schedule in a calendar format for you guys. And this is a perfect segue into my next announcement, which is my new streaming schedule and the VOD channel that is live. So I am adding a new day for streaming, which is going to be Sundays at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So I'm streaming on Friday nights. That does not change, but I'm also streaming earlier in the day on Sunday for those of you that are in different time zones that just can't make it on Friday night. And we've already done our first Sunday stream, and it was an absolute success. Thank you for everyone that did come out. Now, I mentioned a VOD channel. So for those of you that have been asking where are the stream uploads, I missed it, Boogie, so on and so forth, fear not, the VOD channel is here. Links to it will be down below where you can go ahead and watch my past streams or edited down highlight videos of whatever is happening in the streams. Okay, so if that's something that you're into, go ahead and check that channel out and subscribe to it. Okay, so that being said, thank you so much for watching, you guys. My name's Boogie, and I will see you in the next video. Good night.